Hey everybody, welcome into another X-Men movie reaction. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kale. I've been making my way through the X-Men series for the first time, and we're getting so close to the end. Today is Dark Phoenix, which released in 2019. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch me watch this movie today. I really appreciate it. Going into this one, obviously, we are focusing on Jean Grey in this movie, so I'm excited for that, but I do know that this movie has pretty mixed opinions. So, as always, I'm excited to watch this movie for myself, for my own opinion. I don't skip anything in series like this. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you as always again for joining me. Full length watch along if you're interested is over on my Patreon. And with that, let's go ahead and press play. 1975 throwback.
I don't know. It's not me.
Oh, shoot.
She doesn't have a scratch on.
No internal injuries.
Thank you.
Hey.
My name's Charles Xavier, and... Yes, they are. I'm very sorry to have to tell you that. You've got gifts, Jean.
I don't like the other doctors.
He's not. He's super
You're
kind.
not like the other patient.
And lovely, also true, yep.
I can't stay here.
Why not?
It's too nice. I break things.
If you break something, anything, I can fix it. I can help you so that you never have to break things ever again.
You think you can fix me too?
No, not fix you.
You are not broken.
Ma'am, I got something on Sat 6.
What the heck's going on?
It's a simple extraction. We get the astronauts, we bring them home. Any questions?
Like 1,000.
Doing space missions now. Cool.
If anything goes wrong, I'll turn us around in a heartbeat. I know you will.
They really changed Mystique's look, eh? Like she doesn't have as much detail on her face.
They lost control, communication, orientation, pretty much everything.
Not to worry, Mission Control. Help is on the way.
It's cool to see the X-Men doing this kind of thing. I'm here for it.
That's a solar flare?
No, I've never seen a reading like this.
That is not a solar flare.
The orientation thruster's misfiring.
Kurt, can you get in there?
Yes, I can't see inside the window.
Scott, I need you to blast that thruster. Slow down the spin.
Whoa, cool. All right, well, that slowed it down.
Oh, shit.
Strap in, we're headed home.
Wait, our commander. He's not here.
Oh, dear.
I said strap in.
No, Raven, no. We're not leaving anyone behind.
I can hold the ship together, but not from here. I need to get inside.
There he is, there he is, there he is.
Come on.
Kurt, where is she?
Where is she?
I'm sorry! Brace for impact.
Crazy. Crazy. So now I'll ask the question, is this comic accurate? Cool effect on the eyes. Let's get the fuck home. Aw, little action figure.
You gave us quite a scare up there. How are you feeling?
Actually, I feel fine.
You know, the president was almost sending his condolences. She should be dead.
Thankfully, she's not. I basically did everything.
Okay.
You put us in danger, Charles. You put those kids in danger.
They're not kids anymore, Raven.
Being on the cover of magazines, getting a medal from the president. You like it, don't you?
As opposed to being hunted and despised. Well, you know, actually, I do.
Fair.
You should understand better than anyone that we're only ever one bad day away from them starting to see us as the enemy again.
True.
Keeping the peace.
By risking our people to save theirs.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, has the opposite happened at all?
And by the way, the women are always saving the men around here. You might want to think about changing the name to X-Women.
Jeez.
Whatever happened up there made you stronger. You're literally... you're off the charts.
So what does that mean?
We'll have to build a better machine.
A better machine that can actually read you. Is that Luna?
Probably just squirrels.
It is weird seeing her with blonde hair. My goodness. Luna! Yeah, Jessica's blonde. I mean, she still looks beautiful. The red is definitely where it's at, though. What in the fuck? They look like mean Groots. Oh, never mind. They did look like mean Groots. Creepy. And where did they come from?
One more?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't finish this one.
Oh, we're partying. Okay.
You know, it wasn't so long ago we were throwing parties like this.
Now we're the only ones left.
It's so funny to hear them talk like this because I feel like they're not that much older than everybody else, but I mean, they are. Like, I know they are, but the actors all look the same age.
It's not our life, Hank. It's his. What do you think the X in X-Men stands for?
I mean, he is the professor, Raven. But she's right, he is getting all the spotlight here. But it is his school.
Did you hear what the kids are calling it? Phoenix. It's cool, right? Bird that rises from the dead.
It's Jean.
She's about to flare up.
Stop!
Damn. I mean, we've seen a lot bigger things from her.
I'm terribly sorry, everyone, but I'm going to have to leave. Thank you very, very much.
Oh, this has to be one of those things. They looked like mummies, skeletons, mean Groots.
Mind ever psychic is a fragile thing. I had to make adjustments to her mind when she was young.
What kind of adjustment?
Yeah, my question.
Walls to keep out all the trauma.
What did you do to her, Charles?
I saved her.
That whatever happened in space did something to her.
People need a chance to heal from their trauma. You can't just block it out.
Jean, don't be afraid. It's only me.
Is she about to push him out?
I heard my father.
He's alive.
You're just hearing things.
You're lying to me. Turn it up.
It's too much already.
Don't do it, Hank.
Hank.
No, I won't do it.
Ooh.
Charles!
Are you okay? You blacked out.
Did I do that?
She has no recollection of that?
I need to see my father.
Your father's...
He's alive. I can hear him.
He died in the crash, remember?
You know, if I think back to that car accident scene, it did seem like her dad wasn't dead. Like, the actor kind of shifted a little bit, and I didn't think anything much of it in the moment, but...
Something's happening to her, Raven. She's changing.
She left.
Gone where?
I don't know. She said she was going to see her father. Stop. Yeah, she's going to fight.
What do you mean? That just made me think of Jennifer Lawrence on Hot Ones. What do you mean?
The power is being contained inside one of them.
This primitive species.
She's stronger, a mutant.
Oh.
If we can control that power, we can resurrect our race. Here.
Can I help you?
Dad?
He is alive. Also, he was in The Last of Us. Well, there's some explaining. So Charles basically just took her then.
What did you do?
Stole her.
Protected her.
From the truth. There's another word for that.
He told me you were dead. It's so good to see you.
I'll get you some water.
Kind of surprised by his... Maybe he's just really surprised, but I'm kind of surprised by his reaction to all this. Like, what was he told? Was he told that she had died? Like, I'm confused.
You never looked for me.
I can't handle her. I don't even know what she is.
I do.
Then you'll take her.
I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to your mother.
I was 8 years old. How could you do that to me?
Don't forget what you did.
She's the one that caused the accident.
I'm sorry, Jean, but my whole world died that day. You went with it.
Wow. This man just like fully detached himself from his daughter. So are these outfits like mandatory now for them? Every time we go out, you gotta throw on your X-Men jumpsuit.
I've only come to bring you home, Jean.
I don't have a home. You made sure of that. You told me my father was dead.
Come back to me.
She's not. Oh, fun. Oh.
I told you to stay away.
That's never gonna happen.
Stop.
Not until I know you're gonna be okay.
Something's happening to me. When it comes, people get hurt.
Did she get stabbed? Oh. Wow, this is very unexpected. I don't know how I feel about that.
Raven died doing what she did best, helping a friend. She lives on through me, through us, and through the spirit of the X-Men.
Jean lost control.
Yeah, I feel like she didn't murder intentionally, of course, but just really conflicted right now about everything. I mean, she did, yes, kill her, but I don't want to believe that she intentionally looked at those spikes and like threw Raven to them to kill her.
I think I promised her a better life.
And then you took it from her. It's your fault she's dead.
It's just...
No, you need to face this, Charles.
This whole time we've been trying to protect these kids from the world when really we should have been protecting them from you. And who are you supposed to be?
We're the ones who are going to help you, Mr. Gray.
I didn't know she was gonna come back.
I hate that. It's like they're twisting the insides. With her long coat, she's kind of giving me Scarlet Witch vibes. Oh, hey.
Why are you here?
Why did it not even occur to me that, like, yes, of course he would be in this movie too? Oh, gosh.
I have to forgive them.
Looking as good as ever, might I add. Phew.
You hurt people. How did you stop?
I've lived with vengeance my whole life.
I don't know how to stop.
Whose blood is that? What happens when you're angry? Show me what.
We've got military inbound.
I really like this area that he's made up. This looks so peaceful. Not in the moment before this.
Looking for one of the X-Men. Jean Grey. I know who you are. I don't want to fight.
No, you don't.
Stop that. I said stop that right now!
It's not me.
It's me.
Listen, Eric, you asked. You asked her to show you. This is that. So watch. Oh, gosh. Oh my god, these two people inside are probably freaking out. Never mind, they actually look really fucking calm for some reason. Michael at least really gave it his all in that scene.
Leave this place!
I need your help. I thought you protected mutants here.
I am protecting them. From you.
Yeah, that is very Scarlet Witchy of her. I just feel bad for Jean that he like hid away a very crucial experience in her life under the guise of protection, but...
Hello, Jean.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I don't know who I am.
You're afraid of it because you think it makes you bad, evil.
She about to like teach her how to use these powers.
Hank's not in class.
Hank went to Eric.
She's gone.
No, I know that.
And why are you here, Hank?
I want you to help me find Jean.
I've no reason to find her.
Do it for Raven.
Did she send you?
That's whose blood that was.
Jean killed her. I need you to help me find Jean.
If I find her, I'll kill her.
I know.
Man, no clue if I should expect Jean to be dying at the end of this movie.
They know who I am,
Yes.
and they're not afraid of me.
Are you about to... Like, are they going to reveal their true physical form to her?
This is what I want to show you.
Oh, damn. Okay.
What entered you in space was not a solar flare.
See, I knew that.
It was drawn to you.
Wait, how was it drawn to her?
We saw it enter you in space. We were there, Jean, following that force. Because it's the spark that gave life to the universe. But it destroyed everything it ever came into contact with.
Except her. Mm-hmm.
Because you're special, Jean. You could control what's inside you. Harness that power to create whole new worlds. It's your destiny, Jean.
Jean Grey, creator of worlds. Apparently.
I know we've had our...
Uh-huh.
We both love Raven.
Yes. You do have that in common.
Scott and I will go and fight for Jean without you. End of discussion. I'm not going to ask you to go.
I am. We need you.
I've got your back.
Look.
End of discussion.
The team's like, Charles, you've called enough the shots for now. It's our turn. Please. Thanks.
Save the old friendship, Charles. And stay out of my way.
It's crazy seeing Hank beside Eric. But I don't hate it.
You're always sorry, Charles. And there's always a speech. But nobody cares anymore.
They'll see us as monsters.
If you touch her, I will fucking kill you.
The girl dies.
Did that guy just use his braids as whips? Damn. He is. That's so cool. There were people in that car. Good God. This whole movie is going to be mutants fighting mutants. Ripping the subway right out of the ground.
I know whose blood that was.
Not the eyeball.
Get me in that house now! This isn't you.
Fucking Nightcrawler, dude. He's been thrown around so much in this movie. Oh my gosh, Jean.
What you choose to do with your gift, that's entirely up to you.
We could be your new family.
Oh, I hate seeing Charles like this.
Still up.
So that was it? Oh. I hate these. It is so weird to me seeing Jessica act in this kind of way.
Your world will be ours.
Oh dear.
You have to let go.
Jean, take it back!
Jean!
Sick. Okay, so who has the solar flare thingy now? Okay, well...
Jean was never a villain. I was. You should never have lied to her.
Not a villain. I wouldn't say that. You just made a really big mistake. You thought you were doing the right thing.
We can still save her. She's still Jean inside.
But didn't that woman take all that out of her? God, I'm so confused. And my that's it remark was more about like, I guess I just assumed that Jean was just gonna have this and become the ultimate villain of the movie, you know?
You need our help.
Lock it down, now!
They're about to get fucked up.
We're the only chance you have. Keep your mouth shut.
Okay, or just die then, I guess. Jesus.
Falling back now. They're not. What?
They're not mutants. Let them out! Thank you.
You only want the girl. Step aside.
What are you doing?
What Raven would have.
Aww. Ooh. The music here right now is really good. Oh, jeez.
No.
Oh, shit. Careful, Kurt. Wait, was that this train or a different train? Thanks. Thanks, Storm. Crush them? Yes. Good job. I won't lie, I was kind of confused about how like bullets did nothing, but yet slicing them was fine, I guess. They could heal bullet wounds, you'd think they'd be able to heal cuts. Unless the bullets just couldn't penetrate. Okay, I'm worried that she has all the... Yeah. Oh, Kurt's trying.
I have no desire to fight you.
I get that a lot.
Guys, we know that bullets doesn't work.
I was trying to protect you. I was trying to keep the pain away.
You just buried it.
Can't stop her. What in the heck? Okay, she's trying to take it, but...
You want this power, you're gonna get it.
That's not good.
If you kill me, you'll kill them all.
Can they just, like, leave the area? Can you just tell them to get the fuck away for a sec? Right, they can also just go away. I forgot about that. Let's go back into space. Oh, cool. I like that.
She's right.
I felt no emotion about Raven's death. I feel no emotion about Jean's death right now. Aww.
I am not simply what others want me to be. I am not destined to a fate I can't control.
Man, the school is packed. Professor Hank.
Oui, merci.
Eric, where are you? I see what you're carrying there.
You saved my life. I'd like to do the same for you. Just one game. Rope time slip.
Do it. You have to. It's your thing.
I go easy on you.
No, you won't.
Oh, Hans Zimmer. Of course, I enjoyed the score. There's no credit scenes at all? What in the heck? That's really surprising, honestly. All right, X-Men Dark Phoenix, thank you so much for watching me watch this movie. I really appreciate it. Why was Michael Fassbender and Eric literally the best part of this movie? That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I think out of all the performances, Michael Fassbender's was like the consistent performance compared to every other movie that he's been in as Eric. His acting here just felt the same. Whereas every other actor, for some reason, something felt off to me. And I don't know if it was the script or if it was just the actors kind of being like, I'm over this and not really giving it their all. But I really, truly felt like Michael Fassbender was the only one who really gave it his all, which is kind of a shame. Kind of a little bit of a shame. Like, even James McAvoy as Charles, like something about that performance felt off to me, and I'm not sure if it was because of how they were writing Charles. Like, I actually feel so conflicted about how they wrote Charles in this movie, and I want to explain that. There's a part of me that feels like they were trying to write him as like someone bad, you know? And I don't fully agree with that. Because while I do think Charles did make a mistake, you know, I think that it is very important that we don't try and shield people from their traumas. Rather, we need to let them experience it and properly process it, and then only then can they properly heal from it, right? We need to like let people do that. So I do think that it was a big mistake that Charles decided to not give Jean that opportunity and just totally shield her from it, which obviously then had grave consequences, which we experienced in this movie. Like, I love the idea of exploring that, but at the same time, I couldn't help but feel like they were trying to put all the blame on Charles for it. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with him being the only person at fault here, right? Because, I mean, how the hell did he know that however many years down the road, Jean Grey would end up in space and consumed by this random flare shit that would, like, make her the strongest person on the planet? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you don't know. So, yeah, that's why I kind of feel conflicted about it. I would love to know your thoughts on Charles. Like, I feel so flippy floppy about it, but that essentially encompasses my thoughts on him in this movie and his character. I did really like that we got another Charles and Eric scene at the end with them about to play chess. I love that for those two. It's just their thing. It's what they do. So I love that we still got that. That's really wonderful. Even Jennifer Lawrence as Raven and Mystique, I felt like there was something lacking huge in that performance, especially because there was one scene in particular, and it was when they were on the ship, I think, and the camera was like on her for like a second or two too long, and Jennifer Lawrence was just making a nothing expression. It was like no emotions, no anything, just her face was truly blank, and I found that in the moment like a bit odd. And I'll just clarify, like, I don't always want to be talking during my reactions because I would annoy the shit out of myself. So there's often lots of times where I'm like thinking things in my head, but I don't feel like it's the right time to actually say it out loud. And definitely in that moment, I was just like thinking that, just being like, she's not making any kind of face. But I was like, I'll save that for the review and we can talk about it then. But yeah, just something about everyone except for Michael just felt a little off to me. Sophie Turner as Jean Grey, like, I haven't minded her in the last movies. I do think it's tricky. I can hear her British accent through her American accent. Like, I don't think that she has a very convincing American accent at all. So I hear that constantly when she speaks, and especially in this movie, I heard it a lot, which kind of, like, I don't want to say that it throws me off the whole thing, but it kind of does in a way. I'm really confused because it really felt to me like they were building her up to actually turn into a villain, and then that's just how she would be moving forward. Kind of, I guess, similar to Scarlet Witch, who I kept comparing her to because a lot of like what she was doing and how she looked kind of gave me that those Scarlet Witch vibes. But that's kind of what I was preparing myself for. I was preparing myself for this thing of like, Jean is no longer going to be in the X-Men. She's just going to become this big baddie, and that's that. And that's what kind of just how I felt what I felt we were building up to. But then all of a sudden she just like changed her mind at the flick of a switch, remembered the family, remembered the X-Men, and I'm glad for that. But also it felt really abrupt, I guess, to me. And it felt kind of like, oh, okay, I guess cool. All right, sick. I don't know, just this movie just kind of felt messy. I also really wish that we kind of knew more about these aliens. We didn't get a whole lot of information on them, and I mean, I understand that Jessica Chastain, her acting for that character was certainly like directed. She had to act that way, but it was so void of any kind of anything to me. Like the character, these aliens were written to be so emotionless, which is fine, but in a movie that kind of already is a little bit messy and on the duller side, I guess, it just kind of makes it even more so, if that makes sense. So anyway, let me talk about good things though. I mean, I already mentioned Michael Fassbender as Eric. I just feel like the acting has been the same from the other movies into this one. Michael Fassbender did a great job. I really liked all of his scenes, every line, just everything, except for the scene where he kept asking, whose blood is that? Like, how many times did he say it? Like 5 or 6? He asked that to Jean. That's so funny. So maybe aside from that moment, that little back and forth that they had where he just kept pressing for it. But anyway, he did a great job in this. Also the score, oh my gosh, Hans Zimmer, I will forever love his scores. So I actually feel like in this case, the movie didn't quite live up to the score for it. I do think the music was amazing. It was really good. So the music definitely helped me get through this movie for sure. The music was very well done, and I really enjoyed it. And some of the visual effects were really great. The effects with Nightcrawler, I will always love them. I really, really love watching Nightcrawler zip around, and the effects that they do for him disappearing and reappearing, that like misty blue. Oh my gosh, I love it. I could watch that stuff all the time. I really enjoy that. The visual effects with the original like space flare thing that affected Jean, those visual effects were really fun. I really enjoyed those. The visual effects did get a little bit towards like all the train stuff. The train stuff was interesting because fuck Disney Plus for like literally limiting it to 720p, but I truly feel at times like I'm watching a 360p video, which is really frustrating, and I can't stand it. I could make a whole video about how awful I find that. And I know that they're doing it for precisely like the reason that anyway, I know that that's why they do it, but it's really shitty because it does affect the viewing experience. So there was a lot of what I think were really amazing visual effects, but just fed to me in such a poor format. So I really got to get some of these movies on disc so that I can actually see the quality the way I should be. Yeah, some of the visual effects were really great, and then some of them were just, it kind of felt mediocre in the moment. I do think like at the very end, the different train cars falling, it's almost like they were floating down instead of like properly crashing. But again, just like a super minor nitpick. It's really not that big of a deal, I don't think. Another thing I really liked about this movie was that we actually got to see like mutants fighting mutants, which is always a good time because I just really like seeing everybody's powers against each other instead of mutants just always fighting humans or whatever. And then these alien things, I mean, you could basically call them mutants for the fact that they were able to take all kinds of bullets and not be harmed in any way. So you could essentially call them mutants too. And so I'll count the mutants versus those alien things as kind of like in the same category, I guess. It was really fun to see all of that. The last thing I have to say is actually kind of more of just a question for those of you that really know the comics, because this movie to me definitely felt like we were trying to get basically a Wolverine movie, but about Jean Grey, right? About her arc and her life and her. And it really felt like they were trying to adapt like some of the strongest comics of hers, I guess, and put that on the screen. But there's just something about it didn't feel like that landed really. I would really love to know the differences, like specifically what comic were they trying to adapt here, because I would be very interested in reading it. I have a short list of comics that will be like the first ones that I want to read when I finally make the time to actually dive into the comics, which I keep pushing back as I just really have no time in my life for that yet. But I want to. I really want to start reading the comics eventually. So if you guys can let me know, if you guys can recommend the Jean Grey Phoenix comics that you would want me to read, let me know below. With that, I'm gonna go Letterboxd now to see what some other people have to say about Dark Phoenix, so let's go check it out. This is me, 2 stars. Magneto does that with his hands, controls metal. My friend and I, what a man. 1.5 stars. Watching Jennifer Lawrence attempt to deliver the X-Women line seriously will always and forever be the most impressive thing she will ever do acting-wise. I'm gonna disagree with that. She is definitely impressive in the Hunger Games movies, and I really enjoyed her performance in those. But yeah, that line definitely felt a little bit forced, because it's like, no, there's a pretty even balance of men and women in the X-Men, I think. And there was a lot of men that did a really great job. Like, listen, I'm definitely a feminist, but I also love men, so. 2.5 stars. At least it was better than Apocalypse and Last Stand. I actually disagree. I would rewatch Apocalypse and Last Stand before this one, for sure, Z. And with that, it is now that time of the video where I turn it to you and I ask you to leave your comments down below about X-Men Dark Phoenix. Do you like this movie? Don't let me calling it messy mediocre affect you. Please let me know the reasons why you enjoy this one. And if you're in the same boat as me, let's talk about it. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to watch something else of mine, click on over. Why am I doing that one first? Yeah, click on over here. Subscribe is over here. I always do this one first. What am I on today? Anyway, I need to sleep, I think. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you back next month for New Mutants. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Take care.